just checking here to make sure that the strawberries, yeah, they should be nice and soft. So this is steel cut oats, not quick steel cut oats. It definitely took like 45 minutes for these oats to cook, but that is fine. I just have to plan for that. And I have done steel cut oats before in the Instant Pot, but this is just superior. The taste is so much better on the stovetop. And then we've got bananas and strawberries in here. So I'm just gonna start serving this up. This is definitely a favorite breakfast around here. It really ups the oatmeal game, and we really enjoy this one. I will link the recipe. This oatmeal does have a bit of milk in it from while it was cooking, but we just put a little bit more milk on top there. It's already sweetened with brown sugar. I just made a fresh pot of coffee here. I heard it beep, so it's done, ready to pour. I just have a little bit of cream there in the bottom of my cup, and I just top it up with coffee. I've got my coffee in hand. Welcome to today's full day of food. We are a family of 7, and I'll take you along today. You might hear, you know, like you're hearing right now, they're in the other room, but you might hear some chaos in the background. But I'll take you along and show you what our family eats in a day. This kitchen's a busy place because Charity is making a recipe right now, and it's also time for me to start making lunch. So what I'm doing for lunch, super simple lunch for the kids. I am just going to do these Mr. Noodles packets, which is just ramen noodles. So 2 packets of that. I have some leftover chicken here. Just pulled that out of the fridge, so I'll put some of that into soup for the kids. And then I also am just washing a head of lettuce because I am going to have a salad. I'll chop up some tomatoes and put the rest of the chicken onto my salad. Oh, I should have boiled eggs this morning. I love eggs on salad. Didn't think of that. I'm going to warm up all of this chicken because I really like having some warm meat on my salad. Here is noodle soup for the kids. We got cucumbers, some cubed cheese. I was gonna put chicken into the soup, but then whatever, it's just on the side. And then a sleeve of crackers. My lunch looks delicious and I am excited about it. I've got lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, cheese, some chicken, and then I also put some real bacon bits on top there. And I am going to top it off with some of this Olive Garden Italian dressing. Typically the kids will have milk to drink with lunch, although we did have milk at breakfast, so I don't know. You guys can have milk or water or whatever, and I just drink water. It's time to get dinner going in the slow cooker. I'm starting it later than I should have, and I feel like this happens every time. It's like one or the other. I'm either starting my Instant Pot or slow cooker meal first thing in the morning, like before 9 o'clock, or it doesn't happen till like 1:30. And so that's what we're dealing with today. What is the time? It's 1:30 right now. So it'll be 2 o'clock by the time it starts cooking. I'll definitely have to slow cook it on high. But I am making a beef stew. You can probably see all the ingredients are back there. I've got my stewing beef and potatoes and carrots and onions and garlic. I have a recipe that we have found that we love, and that's the one I always use now. And so it feels so good to have a recipe like, that's the one, it's time to make beef stew. Okay, I know what I'm making, I'll go online, and I just have the recipe bookmarked. I probably should write it down, but it's bookmarked. Now I discovered something today that you guys are probably gonna laugh at me and be like, Julie, why did it take you so long to discover this? But you know when you go on your phone or on your computer and you scroll down to find the recipe, but as you're looking at the recipe, ads keep popping up. Maybe your phone shuts off and so you turn it back on again and you have to scroll all the way down to find your recipe again. It can just be a little bit annoying. So let me just show you. I have no desire to print up my recipe. I really just want it on the computer. But today I went down to where my recipe was and I clicked on print, and this new window opened up, and so my recipe is just like this. No ads, no scrolling, that's the whole screen. I'm so glad I discovered this. Maybe I'm, really behind the ball on this, but that's the recipe. I will link it too. So much easier and less frustrating, right? Right. First, I am just chopping my beef up into smaller cubes. It comes in pretty big cubes, and I prefer small because if the meat is in small cubes, then I can cut up the potatoes and carrots nice and small too. I think I'm about done there. And then I am going to just quickly sear this meat in the Instant Pot here with some olive oil and salt and pepper. I'm just pouring in some beef broth here. Just kidding, it's chicken broth. The recipe calls for beef broth, but I'm doing chicken. I also added some thyme, Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar. I'm adding some salt, and then the recipe says to add lots of pepper. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And then I just need to chop up all of my veggies. Big and fat this carrot is. I'm cutting it into 4 here. This is set to slow cook, so I'm just gonna give it a good stir now before I put the lid on and leave it for a couple of hours. At the very end, I do add some peas, and I'll also show you how I thicken the gravy in here. But for now, let's cook. Hopefully this cooks fast. I might have to switch it onto like pressure cook if it's not cooking fast enough because I was so late starting it, but I'll check it in a couple of hours and see how it's doing there. For snack, we're gonna have some fruit. This is our last apple. We do have a bunch more bananas. And then we just put together this little plate of Christmas goodies, some Christmas crack there, and then these Pretzel Kiss M&M treats. And that's what we're gonna have for snack today. I'm just having a second coffee here before I finish the finishing touches on dinner. This has been cooking for about 2.5 hours now. Actually, no, it's been about 3 hours. But everything is really nice and soft and tender. So what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna have to use like a scoop or something to get more of this broth. But what I need is 1 cup of this broth, and I whisk that with a 1/4 cup of flour. Let's get that carrot back out, we don't need that. And then I mix it back into the slow cooker here. Almost at a cup. And then we let it cook for another 30 minutes and it thickens up beautifully. The stew is ready to be served. If you want to make a delicious beef stew and you don't have a recipe already, I encourage you to check the link in my description box because this recipe is a winner. I also just took these buns out of the oven. No, they are not homemade. They're just out of the freezer, but I like to stick them in the oven straight from the freezer. They get like nice and crusty, and you just slice them open, butter them, the butter melts, and that's how we like to have our buns on the side. We are done eating for the day, I'm quite certain, so I'm gonna close the video here. I also have 30 seconds left of filming time before my camera is full. This Vlogmas time is really filling up my camera fast with footage, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we ate today, and I'll see you guys next time.